Thank you very much indeed, Reshmin, and good evening, everybody. Nearly 50,000 supporters are waiting for the two teams here. Manchester City, it's a poignant night. It's been a week of heavy hearts and sadness around the club, and the players will be wearing black armbands tonight in memory of one of their greatest ever players, the boisterous and brilliant Francis Lee, who has died at the age. 9 of the 11 men who drew 2-2 with Bayern on Saturday, featuring exciting new signings this season, Xavi and Lois Openda. Two changes: the right-back Hendricks is injured, replaced by Lucas Klosterman, and Nicholas Zivelt comes into the midfield to replace Kevin Campbell, who's carrying a bit of a hip injury. Still no Dani Olmo, the very dangerous and probably best player of RB Leipzig, who has been missing for the last few matches and might not return for a little while longer. Of Leipzig. City have Bernardo Silva back after injury tonight. That's among 5 changes from the loss at Wolves at the weekend. Teenager Rico Lewis getting a start in midfield alongside Rodri, who can play here despite his current domestic suspension. Joško Gvardiol plays against his old club, and Jack Grealish starts on the left tonight in place of Doku. But that's a pretty strong bench that Manchester City have. I was going to say, as we introduce Robbie Savage to proceedings, City can't really put out a weak team, can they?
No, you mentioned the strength and depth they have, you know, players missing as well, you know, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, but glad to see Bernardo Silva back. And Rodri, for me, the best, if not one of the best number 6s in world football at the minute. His importance to this team is huge. So an opportunity for City to come and get 2 wins in the group. Looking forward to this one, Ian.
The City bounce back to form here, with Arsenal coming up in the top of the table clash on Sunday. That might be at the back of 1 or 2 City minds, but they've got business to attend to here first of all, of course. They've topped their group in the Champions League last 6 seasons, and they intend to do exactly that again, as Akanji has possession for City in a change strip tonight. Kyle Walker captaining the team, and Ruben Dias. Leipzig went 2-0 up against Bayern Munich in the first half the other day. Here's Grealish, beautiful surface, and an impressive atmospheric arena here as well. Amazing to think, really, that Leipzig were only formed 14 years ago, born out of a takeover an old 5th division team. They're now pretty close to being among Europe's elite. Xavi picking it up in midfield, which is what he wants to be known as, not Xavi Simons. So who are we to argue? Allison is playing there up front. Here's Xavi again, playing a bit more centrally this time. Couldn't quite pick up Openda, who's made a very good start with his new club this season.
That was a big chance for Leipzig on the counter-attack. They had an overload on the left-hand side. There's Bernardo Silva playing on the right-hand side for City, with Phil Foden, and that's, you know, one of the 3 midfield players on the left-hand side.
It's quite interesting to see they're using Xavi out on the left-hand side, and for the moment Forsberg on the right. We're more used to seeing him on the left, so that's just something they're trying out early on. Here's Gvardiol against his old club. He scored in this fixture last season for Leipzig in a 1-1 draw. Kyle Walker. Here's Bernardo Silva. City fans glad to see him back fit again. And John Stones, incidentally, has been missing all season since the Community Shield anyway, is on the bench tonight. Must have hopes of playing in that Arsenal game at the weekend, you would imagine. Nobody ever tries to second-guess Pep, mind you.
Towards the end of last season, for me, John Stones was incredible. You know, the way he played. And look at Akanji tonight. He's come into that midfield area to try and create an overload also. And John Stones done it ever so well towards the end of last season.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم مشاهدينا الكرام. بعد مرور 7 جولات من الدوري الإنجليزي، جاي في فيديو النهاردة هقول لك على ترتيب هدافي الدوري الإنجليزي بعد مرور 7 جولات. بعد مرور 7 جولات من الدوري الأقوى في العالم، ترتيب هدافي الدوري الإنجليزي كالتالي: يأتي في المركز الأول لاعب مانشستر سيتي والمهاجم العملاق إيرلينج هالاند برصيد 8 أهداف. يأتي خلفه في المركز الثاني سونغ هيونج مين لاعب توتنهام الكوري برصيد 6 أهداف. أما في المركز الثالث يأتي اللاعب جوردان بوين لاعب وست هام برصيد 5 أهداف. أما في المركز الرابع يتشارك كل من ساكا لاعب أرسنال، وأولي واتكنز لاعب أستون فيلا، وشوان لاعب وولفرهامبتون، ولاعب برايتون، وإديسون إدوارد لاعب كريستال بالاس. يأتي كل منهم برصيد 4 أهداف في المركز الرابع. وده كان ترتيب هدافي الدوري الإنجليزي بعد مرور 7 جولات من الدوري الإنجليزي. شكرا لكم على مشاهدة الفيديو.